High School in St. Charles, Illinois. And in the middle for the Bears, number 40, Marcus Meyer, 6'9", 235, and a senior from Lee's Summit, Missouri, and Blue Springs South High School. The Bears are led by Coach Pat Yuckham in his first season at Wash U, where he has a record of 6-3. And for the Vikings, their lineup will look like this. Number 14, Nolan Ebel, 6'1", 175, and a senior from Denver, Colorado, and Regis Jesuit High School.
That'll be interesting. I think the Vikings, you see Marcus Meyer, number 40, out there ready to take the tip. Probably one of the better big men we've seen this year to match up with both Donovan Ferguson and Micah Martin. And as we said, they'll bring Hank Hunter off the bench, who's 6'8", 215.
Right, probably one of the few times we'll see a team that really matches up size-wise with Micah and Donovan.
All right, well, again, happy holidays, and here's a treat for you as the Bears and the Vikings tip it off here at the Carver Peace.
Like an NFC Central matchup.
That's tomorrow.
It's the North now, though, isn't it?
That's true. Ebel lost the handle there, picks it back up, though. Wofford going to try to get into the lane, clears it. Good fake by Orange, back out to Wofford. He'll launch the first three of the night. Got it to go.
Good to see that. As we mentioned, at least offensively, the Vikings have kind of been a second-half team this year.
Jack Nolan with the ball, going to go to Rucker. Nolan, good three-point shooter. We talked about Hardy. That's Hardy with the ball right there, 32.
Yep, Benning with the duty on Hardy.
Dan mentioned a candidate for the freshman player of the year nationally. And that's Hardy right there with a good run at the bucket. Got a good look and got it up.
Shot. Donovan Ferguson did a nice job of coming over to challenge it, but Hardy just got it high up off the glass.
3-2 Vikings here in the early going. A bullet pass into Donovan Ferguson. Meyer right there. Now we're going to get a travel call as the Vikings commit their first turnover of the night. Well, the Bears won the UAA last year, as Dan said, hurt by graduation. So I don't want to call it a rebuild because it's not. It's a reload with this program, and I think that's important to understand. Hardy now going to go to the left wing to Nolan, guarded by Krishan Orange. Now kick out to Meyer, right back to Nolan. Nolan double teamed to Hardy, Benning on him. Jump shot up, no good. Good position by Donovan Ferguson, but he can't hold on to the rebound, so it'll stay with the Bears in a fresh 30 seconds. Vikings man-to-man that out-of-bounds play now. Rucker with the hard drive all the way to the bucket, blocked by Ferguson. Ebel ahead now on the run. Turned away in the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Nolan. That will stay with the Vikings.
Such a nice luxury to have, Chris, is to have the Vikings have not one but two guys that can play on that back line and be a rim protector.
Well, that was a good hard take by Rucker, and it looked wide open. And boy, at the last second, Ferguson did a nice job to come over and help that. 18-15 to play, just underway here at the Carver Center. Augie leads 3-2. Ebel tries to clear through traffic, lost the handle. They're going to say it went off the Bears, and it'll stay with Augie with 9 on the shot clock. Benning going to lob it into Pearson Wofford. Couple spin moves, kicks out to Benning. He gets his first look at a three, too hard, and got the shot up in time, but it didn't draw any irons.
I think if Pearson had kept driving on that initial move, I think he would have had a pretty good shot there in the lane, but he reversed it and then kicked it out to Benning.
Yeah, he had Rucker on the move, but chose to give it up. Nestor now with the ball in the lane, going to give it to Meyer. He'll put up that jumper, no good. Rebound fought for, and we're going to get a foul on Hardy.
Rebounding, as I often harp on, always a key for the Vikings. They've been very good this year.
Well, ironically, we talked about that big win at Milliken. The Vikings actually got out-rebounded by 5 down there, but that's kind of a...
Not a shock. Milliken is the second best statistically, as I do air quotes, the second best statistically rebounding team in the conference. So that's not a huge surprise. Plus, you have to look in a 32-point game. It's really non-consequential.
Lucas Simon checks in for the Vikings. Number 23, that's him with the ball right there. On the wing, operating, comes near side now to Orange. High ball screen by Wofford. He'll pop into the corner. Pearson in the lane. Up and over Hardy. No good. Ball loose. Picked up by Nolan.
That's a good look. Going to have to get those to fall.
Nolan now tries to squeak through a double team. Kicks it in the corner to Nestor. Just over 17 minutes to play. 3-2 Augustana. Meyer backs down. Shot partially blocked by Ferguson.
So
and here comes Lucas Simon.
So we've seen Donovan get a Pearson with another three. So now we've seen Donovan get a block coming over on help and a block there as primary defender, which is a little more unusual.
Boy, Dan, I mean, we've talked about Benning maybe being the most versatile player, but if Pearson Wofford can start to consistently hit the three.
Well, and we've talked a little bit about her. I've touched on it. Pearson's going to, I think, not quite as explosive. And there's a good hard foul by Donovan as he got up in the air and didn't want to give Meyer the three-point opportunity. Pearson's just not quite as explosive as he was around the basket before the knee injury, and so he's going to have to find some different ways to score. You've seen it with 2 threes tonight, and he got a really good look.
Arenas tried to save it.
Arenas had started every game this year, so this was the first, as I said in the starting lineups, the first shakeup that Coach Pat Yuckham has made, inserting Rucker in his place.
The Vikes get a full shot clock now with 14:36 to go. Simon out on top. Gives it back to Ebel. He's going to launch his first three. Got it to go.
The Vikings have knocked down 3 threes tonight. Haven't gotten a whole lot going other than that.
Well, pretty crisp shooting for two teams that haven't played.
Fresh legs, Chris.
Well, might be that. 11-9, Augie with the lead. 14:15 to play in the first half. Arenas now guarded by Lucas Simon. To Nolan now. He'll work on Austin Elledge, number 25, into the ballgame for the Vikings. Good D there. Nolan fades away. Can't get it to go. Picked up by Nolan Ebel, and then he lost the handle on it. Well, Hunter stayed back there with, I don't know if it was Nolan or Arenas, but made Hunter deviate from his path, and as he spun, lost the ball out of bounds. Vikings committed
Nolan.
Yep.
We got Nolans and Hunters, and it's all very confusing.
A lob out on top to Hank Hunter. And now Nolan with the ball for the visiting Bears. They work that high ball screen, shot up, no good, too long. Nolan Ebel steps in for the rebound. Vikings have numbers 5-on-4. Lob to Micah Martin. He'll come other side, blocked by Hank Hunter, but will get a late foul call. Well, that's 2 good aggressive plays there as Micah took it to the other side, was going to slam it home, and Hank Hunter got a hand in there and rejected it. So the 2 big men doing what they're supposed to do there. I like the fact Micah goes aggressively to the bucket.
Oh, absolutely. No reason not to there, as he was the first man out in transition. Good vision by Nolan Ebel to spot him on the weak side. Micah's 56% on the year from the line.
Joe Kellen checks into the ballgame for the Vikings. So
I think we've seen Coach G's entire 10-man rotation here.
Second one for Micah, good. And Vikings take a 3-point lead now, 12-9 with 13:40 to play in the first half here at the Carver PE Center. Nolan now off the screen from Hunter. Gets it right back. And he's going to get called for a travel, as I think he was looking for Hunter to slide.
Right.
I think that's what
Coach Pat he popped instead of rolled.
Yep. So the first, that can't be right. First turnover for WashU? I don't know. We'll check on that. Benning going to get a wide open look from 3. Missed everything.
Brett has missed 2 shots really badly tonight, and he has been obviously one of the Vikings' better 3-point shooters this year. So stroke a little off. Peyton Webb into the game for WashU.
Nolan going to circle around, lost the handle on it, picked up by Ebel, and that's a quick second foul on Jack Nolan.
No, that's Nolan's first, Chris.
Oh, that was a travel that they called down here. You are correct, yep.
Hardy and Nolan each with 1.
Ferguson back into the ballgame for the Vikings. Meyer back in for WashU. 13:04 to play, 12-9. Augustana with the early lead here. Nestor on the ball now as Ebel comes across half court. Kellen on the far side wing, comes near side to Austin Elledge. High ball screen. Ebel going to get the look from three, can't get it to go. Long rebound down to Arenas. So the Vikes got a good look for one of their top three-point shooters, couldn't get it to go down. Now Nestor isolates on Elledge. Spin move. Nice move, fades away, got it. Boy, that's a big man move from a little guy right there.
He knew not to take it all the way in where Donovan Ferguson was lurking.
Elledge with the hard jump stop off the glass, no good. Hardy with the rebound.
The Vikings still looking for their first 2-point field goal of the night, almost 8 minutes in.
Nestor with some nice ball handling there. Picks up his dribble, goes far side to Hardy. He'll work on Benning. Brett knocked it away, and it's going to go off of Hardy.
Yep, nice job by Brett knocking it off Hardy's leg.
Wofford and Orange return for the Vikings. WashU 4 of 10 from the field so far, 40%. Vikes the same, 4 of 10. 12-11's the score.
Oh, they do have a 2-point field goal. I stand corrected, Chris. Micah's put back, I forgot about.
Kellen going to lob it inside. They're going to let Wofford go to work on Hardy. Shot up, no good off the glass. Good box out by Meyer. Didn't allow Donovan Ferguson in there for the rebound. Arenas going to get called for the travel as he took off before he had the... So 11:39 to play, still a 1-point game. Rucker back in for WashU. Ebel and Nestor, a good battle there. Now Orange works on Arenas. Kellen slips it to Pearson Wofford. WashU bench wanted to walk. Kellen lost the handle, takes the jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down to Rucker. Nestor on the push. Stays behind the arc, thought about it, now gives it up, gets it right back. Now he'll direct traffic, and Nestor calls a timeout here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Take a quick look at some numbers. The Vikes just 5 of 16 from the floor for 31%. 3 of 8 behind the arc for 38%. You flip that over and look at WashU. They are 7 of 13 for 54% and 2 of 3 behind the arc. And that lends to the 3-point lead. Nice bounce pass into Micah. Wow, an extra pass. And
a really tough catch there from Micah as Nolan Ebel bounced it off his foot, and Micah did a nice job of collecting it and finding Pearson Wofford cutting on the weak side.
Tight quarters there as all that was done inside the paint. Some nifty passing by the Vikes to cut it to 1 now with 8:50 to play. Nolan now guarded by Benning. 10 on the shot clock. Rucker puts up the long 3, no good. All Vikings on the board. Wofford going to bring it the length of the floor himself and now kicks it back out to Benning. 8.5 to play. 1-point lead for WashU. Benning puts it on the deck. Now Orange steps in, got the jumper to go.
So both of Chris's buckets tonight have come right in that free throw line, dotted line area.
Back to a 1-point Augie lead now with just over 8 to play. Nestor top of the key as he directs traffic here. Rucker and Meyer seem to be in the same spot. Meyer now slides to the bucket. Hardy goes to Meyer on the low post. The two big men going to go at each other. Good job by Micah to stay down. Meyer shot up, no good. A rebound into the hands of Micah Martin.
Yeah, great job by Micah there, just being 6'11" and making it a hard shot.
In traffic, Nolan Ebel gets it to go. Sneaks through and works to the left side of the rim. And the Vikings have a 3-point lead now, 21-18, as we hit the 7.5-minute mark of the first half. Nolan with some dribbling, back to the freshman Hardy. Now Rucker runs over Nolan Ebel, and we're going to get the foul on Ebel.
Probably a good call. I didn't think Nolan quite beat him to the spot, Chris. Just the third team foul on the Vikings.
First one on Nolan.
Second team foul, excuse me.
Hank Hunter will check back in for Wash U. Lucas Simon, Austin Elledge, Donovan Ferguson in for the Vikings. 7:19 to go as the Bears put it into play. Nestor now going to back it out. Gets the high ball screen from Hunter all the way to the bucket. Good help there by Ferguson. Rucker again behind the arc, and we're going to get a foul on Lucas Simon. So the first on Lucas and the third team foul on the Augustana Vikings here with 7:07 to play in the first half. Nolan now for the Bears. Hesitates, gets in the lane, lets some traffic clear. Shot up, no good. Big rebound by Donovan Ferguson. Ebel now gives it up. Now Elledge behind the arc, right back to Ferguson. Now Austin gets in the lane, squares up, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, falls down in the lane, tries to kick it out. Ebel gets it, but not before he's tripped up by Nestor.
Credit Austin Elledge for keeping that possession alive, yeah.
Well, you could see he pulled the string, though. He got right
where the Viking guards want to get,
yes,
Chris. And
yes.
they've missed some shots in that range tonight. Krishan Orange hasn't, but some of the other Vikings, when they've gotten in the lane, have just not quite been able to finish in there.
That's the advantage of being the shooter, though, is you can see where the shot's headed, and when you lay it up there soft and you're that close, Austin went right back in there.
That was a 16 foul on Wash U, so the Vikings will be shooting from here on out in the first half.
I don't know what the Viking fans are complaining about. We got Wash U guys cleaning up the floor, so
Donovan Ferguson seems to have put an end to it, Chris. He just picked up the towel and chucked it into the stands.
Just over 6.5 to play. Vikings still lead by 3 in what's been a good first half here in Rock Island. Elledge now off the ball screen, going to go right back to Ebel. He'll work into the paint across the floor to Benning. His three up and no good. And we're going to get a foul on Donovan Ferguson.
Second foul on Donovan. That one hurts a little bit. Brett Benning's shot still a little bit off. That one looked better than the first two he threw up. But that's a concern.
Second on Ferguson, as Dan said. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. So Ferguson comes out, Martin comes in. And now the Vikings will go with some man-to-man pressure here with under 6.5 to play in the first half. Wash U has a nice option of Nolan can bring the ball up the floor, Nestor can bring it up, and Nolan's shot in and out. And the Vikings with the rebound. Ebel now on the far side wing as we go under 6 minutes. Hard take to the bucket, blocked by Hunter. And Hunter and Nolan Ebel have a little conversation there. Nestor's going to draw the foul, his second. So Mr. Ebel to the free throw line for the Vikings.
So good. Nolan 6, 84% on the year from the line.
Get our first look at number 33, Cameron Mack, 6'6" freshman out of Algonquin Jacobs, the same school as Krishan Orange.
And Nolan hits both free throws, and Krishan Orange.
The Vikings have done a nice job on Jack Nolan so far.
Yes, they have. And Hardy.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Hardy, no doubt. So just over 3 to play, 9-point Augustana lead. Nestor with the ball.
Always hesitate to make comments like that, Chris, because the next thing you know, somebody's going off on you.
Yeah, well, to this point, let's say.
Yep. No, that's completely accurate.
Yep. Cameron Mack going to go down low to Hardy. Nice look inside to Hunter. Good ball movement there.
Yeah, glad Micah didn't pick up a silly foul there, as clearly that 2-on-1 situation had him at a disadvantage.
Simon now going to back it out and bring it near side to Orange. That's a foul. Boy, that's a tough call there.
There's the second on Nolan.
I didn't really see that one. I thought, Krishan was starting to get around him, but Nolan moved his feet pretty well. And I didn't see any hands, so that's a tough call for WashU, I think. 2:47 to go. Orange going to head to the free throw line. Vikings will certainly take it. Got the first one to roll. So you got 2 on Nestor now, 2 on Nolan for WashU. Donovan Ferguson with 2 for the Vikings. 2:47 left to play here in the first half, and Orange gets both to go, and it's a 32-23 ball game now. Nolan signals for Nestor to come take the ball. Well, we say it every time, Dan, but this is a good time for the Vikings to finish hard and keep this 9-point gap here. Hardy going to spin around. Wofford went right at Micah, who put it back in, but Hunter.
Great play by Micah there, but just couldn't get the rebound, and Hunter was there to clean up the garbage.
Ball squirted out, and Hunter was right there. Wofford now on a hard take to the bucket, and we're going to get a foul on either Hardy or Hunter here. We'll see. It's going to go on Hank Hunter.
Second on Hunter, Chris. And it's going to put Pearson Wofford at the line.
Viking shooting has come back a little bit. 11 of 25 now for 44%.
Pearson knocks in the first one. He's the Vikings' leading free throw shooter on the year at 89%. Well, I think, Chris, Krishan Orange getting in that free throw lane area and hitting a couple shots, and one in transition. Nolan Ebel had a nice push and layup, and some of those shots the Vikings were missing early have started to fall.
Right. Yeah, the Viking guards have done a nice job penetrating tonight, getting some good looks. Austin Elge has been in there a few times. 33-25 now. Hardy.
You're going to get Krishan Orange.
Yep. I saw Colin Dotson, the official, point at both players. Wasn't sure if he was going to tee him up or with signaling that Orange had pushed off on Marcus Meyer. Meyer.
First on Krishan, 16 foul, so WashU will be shooting after this one.
Kellen and Benning back into the ballgame for the Vikings. As we hit the 2-minute mark now, we're going to get a hold on Orange.
2 quick ones on Chris.
That might spell the end of the first half for Krishan Orange.
He's going to get a break right now. I don't know if that'll be for the rest of the half or not, but I'm just going to put a very good free throw shooter at the line in Jack Nolan. 80% on the year. Just only been to the line 10 times this year.
He was a UAA honorable mention player last year.
Leading scorer for the Bears, averaging about 17 a game, almost 18 a game.
Rucker and Arenas both set to check back in. Rucker gets in. Arenas is going to check in for Nolan. So Nolan makes the free throw, and he'll check out. 6-point Augustana lead, 2:02 to play now in the first half here in Rock Island. Ebel splits the screen at the top, got all the way to the bucket. That's a quick move, and another.
Used the screen at the top and then just kind of weaved his way through the lane.
All right, Nestor going to try to return the favor. Elledge got around and stopped him. Now Meyer tries to feed it inside to Rucker, knocked away by guess who? Nolan Ebel. Here he goes. Tried to slide it across the floor to Elledge, knocked away though by Arenas. Now Rucker in transition, going to step to the bucket, and we're going to get an offensive foul called on Rucker.
Wasn't sure whether it was going to be a travel but they called the offensive foul. Good job by Brett Benning there.
Rucker 6'5", 200. He's put together pretty well.
He is. The thing that I've noticed here tonight is he gives them some nice length on the out front defensively. Now they've got him playing Joe Kellen.
So 1:20 to go in the half. Ebel again going to step back, can't get it to go. Micah Martin on the inside though. Power dribble, puts it back up. That's beautiful work there
Really nice half out of the Viking bigs tonight, Chris.
10-point Augustana lead, 1:05 to play now. Hardy going to bounce down low to Meyer. Nice pass to Rucker there as Ebel was late helping out down low. Some good passing internally, both sets of big men tonight from both teams. 37-29 now. Vikings can't hold for the last shot. Kellen with the small bounce pass to Micah Martin, and he steps right into trouble. We're going to get a foul on, I believe, Rucker.
Micah might have taken a finger in the eye, maybe.
Rucker's second. And Micah's still trying to get the vision cleared up. And he'll head to the free throw line. 36.1 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Didn't bother him on that first one.
Oh, that looked pretty good.
Nolan and Nestor, or Nolan back in, I should say, for Arenas.
Micah can't get the second one to go, but the Vikings get the rebound. Kellen's going to put up a three, no good. And we're going to get a foul on Hardy as, again, Benning did a nice job to get position there, and Hardy got the arm tangled up, and now Brett Benning will head to the free throw line.
And the second foul on Justin Hardy. See if maybe getting to the free throw line will get Brett Stroke going a little bit, as he's just taken, I think, the 3 shots tonight and missed the first 2 badly.
2 fouls now for Nestor, Rucker, Nolan, Hardy, and Hunter for WashU.
First point of the night for Brett. Came in at 88.5% from the line.
Hunter comes in to get Meyer. Second one good, and the Vikings have their largest lead of the night now.
Maybe those two will get Brett going a little bit, maybe in the second half.
40-29. Just about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock here to end the first half. Nolan comes near side now to Nestor. He'll put the ball in the pocket. 15 seconds to go. Ebel on him. 2 quick guys there. Excellent ball handler in Nestor.
See if the ball screen comes. No sign of it yet. Here it comes.
Hardy slips it. Nestor want to go up, and you're going to get a foul on Nolan Ebel as he pushed him right in the back. Nestor got the head and shoulders around him, and you could see the hand come down into Nestor's back and kind of force him to the ground. So 4.1 still to go in the half, and Nestor will head to the free throw line.
Second on Nolan Ebel, Chris. That's one, Chris, where my thinking is you got to trust your rim protectors to be there on help. And if they're not, you give up a layup, and I'm not sure that that's any worse than picking up your second foul and putting a good free throw shooter at the line.
So now Ebel, Orange, and Ferguson join the 2 foul group. So both teams going to be a little careful here to end this first half. Benning with 2 seconds to go, going to throw one up. Oh, couldn't get it to go.
WashU will get it to start the second half, Chris.
Danner ran into Dylan Sortillo at halftime, and I'm sure Viking fans remember that name. He is home for the holidays. Bettendorf grad, now living out in Phoenix, Arizona, working for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and looks just as good a shape as he did when he left, which...
Well, Chris, that was only like 7 months ago.
Well, I've got 2 younger guys, and I can tell you that the shape doesn't always stay the same.
Wow, taking shots at the boys, huh? Jeez.
All right, here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. Second half coming up here at the Carver PE Center. Vikings with a 11-point lead. Nolan at the top of the Bear offense gives it up to the freshman Hardy, who the Vikings have done a nice job on. Tried to get it down low to Rucker, knocked out of bounds by Pearson Wofford.
Nice overplay there by Pearson. 16 on the shot clock.
Nestor now looks to put it in play. He'll get it into Hardy. Rucker now going to put up the three. No good. A rebound tracked down into the corner by Ferguson. We're going to get a foul on Hardy.
Yeah, that's a bad way for Hardy to pick up his third foul,
right.
Chris.
See what Coach Yuckham does here, if he's going to leave him in or sub him out. It looks like right now he's going to hang with him.
See if maybe, let's see, he's going to have Krishan Orange. It looks, no, he's got Benning.
Vikings run the lob play out of the spot to Ferguson, and he had 2 looks at it and couldn't get it to go. And we're going to get a correction here.
Yeah, I think they're going to talk it over and give it back to the Vikings. Like to see Donovan finish those. You got 2-point like looks there.
Good communication there by the officials to get that call right. So Augustana will get a fresh 30 now. Just underway here in the second half.
See if the Vikings maybe go to Brett Benning to try and pick up that fourth.
How about Ferguson?
Well,
Donovan can't get it to go, but they'll pick up the third on Meyer, I believe. Second on Meyer. Yep, check that. The foul's on Rucker.
Wow, I thought it was Meyer as well, but no one seems to be. I think that works to the Vikings' advantage, too, because that's the third on Rucker, who I think has a little bit more of an impact, at least thus far, than Meyer has.
Hank Hunter going to check in. He'll give Meyer a blow. Ferguson missed both opportunities at the free throw line. Ahead now to Rucker. He'll stop on the box, gives it back to Hardy. He squares up from 3, no good. A rebound into the hands of Ebel. Nolan pushes it up the floor.
Good decision.
Yep, makes a good decision. Numbers. Pull it back out, and the Vikes will reset here. Rucker on Wofford. Pearson going to kick into the corner. Benning had a good look, but had to go out and get the pass.
Right, he had kind of a tough catch.
Ebel gets around Nestor. Second look for Benning. No good. Missed everything.
Wow.
We're going to get a over-the-back call on Pearson Wofford. So Pearson picks up his first.
And I can't help, Chris, but wonder Brett Benning has missed 3 3-pointers very badly tonight.
Well, I said it earlier that I thought you never know how teams come out of breaks.
Yeah,
certainly is an
as good a
individual.
but as good a shooter as Brett is, a layoff's not going to have that effect. I'm just not sure what the deal is. Although he has done a great job guarding Justin Hardy tonight.
There's the aforementioned matchup right there. Now bounce down to Nestor. 10 on the shot clock. Nestor going to step back. Got the 2 to go. He and Ebel, that would be a nice one-on-one game to watch.
Looked like he kind of shot it as an afterthought.
Yeah. 2 pretty tough guys right there, and very skilled. Wofford going to go far side to Orange now. Krishan picks up his dribble, 15 on the shot clock. Not a lot working here for the Vikings. And then a 3 attempt block. Ferguson gets the rebound, puts it up, and he'll draw the foul, number 4 on Rucker.
Got to make some free throws now.
Yeah, the Vikings kind of got bunched in the corner.
Yeah, the spacing was terrible down there, and then somebody got a hand on Ebel's 3-point attempt.
And he took that, and I think there was still 8 or 9 seconds on the clock, so a fortunate turn of events here that the Vikings got free throws. Arenas back into the ballgame for Rucker. As we said, that was his 4th, so he'll sit here. Ferguson gets the second one to go, so it's a 10-point lead now, 41-31. Just 2 minutes gone by here in the second half from the Carver PE Center. Vikings trying to take down the 6-3 Washington University Bears. Arenas guarded by Wofford. Wide open. Boy, they had Hardy, and they Arenas had his head down, couldn't find him. 7 on the shot clock. Nolan forced to put up the 3. No good. Big rebound by Ferguson. Ebel in transition, puts the ball between the legs, and now he'll square things up, come to the near side. Orange going to give it right back to Pearson Wofford, but not before it's knocked out of bounds by Jack Nolan. Lucas Simon into the ball game for Pearson Wofford.
Vikings second half offensively looking a little bit like the way the first half started out.
15 now on the shot clock for the Vikes. Orange going to get a clear run at the rim. Got it to go. Boy, he did a nice job. Took a couple bumps, kept his composure, and then finished strong there. 43-31 now.
Yeah, he generally does that, Chris.
Orange has got 11. Nestor trying to look inside for Hunter. Instead comes near side wing, right, gets it right back, puts up the long 3. No good. A rebound, Lucas Simon.
Finally missed a shot. I think that was Nestor's first miss on the night.
Into Benning now. He'll square and fade away from 15. Soft touch, can't get it to go. Hunter with the rebound. Nestor now on the push. Stops and pops. Can't get the 3 to go. The pace picks up here. Ebel going to get by Nestor, and he'll go all the way to the bucket. 45-31. The largest lead of the ball game for the Vikings now at 14 with just over 16 minutes to play. Pearson draws his second. Elledge and Ebel back into the ball game for the Vikings. Exactly 14 and a half to play now. Meyer takes the inbounds pass, going to give it right back to Nestor. Between the legs on the curl now, Nolan guarded by Elledge. Down to Hardy. And he's going to be called for an offensive foul.
And that's going to be 4, I believe, Chris.
I think he panicked a little bit there because he didn't have a shot and kind of pushed off. And that is his 4th. So Rucker will come back into the game as both Hardy and Rucker saddled with 4 fouls with a lot of time still to play here in this one. 13-point Augustana lead. Seems like it's been a while since either team scored. Elledge across the top of the key. He'll take the jumper. Nope, too hard. Rebound down to Rucker.
Well, the Vikings have thrown up some ugly shots tonight, Chris.
Nestor with a good ball fake. Gets around Ebel. Good help by Micah Martin, but that left Meyer wide open. And Micah had to foul. Micah was the help defense there on Nestor as he got around Nolan, and that left Meyer wide open, and Nestor did a nice job to find him. So just the first foul on Micah, though.
That's good news. But the Vikings as a team have been a little bit more foul prone here in the second half, Chris. That's the 15th foul.
Rucker now out on top, puts it in the left hand, spins back to the right, shot up, no good. Meyer with another offensive rebound, up, no good. Rucker goes over the top, and he'll draw a foul.
That's 5 on Rucker, Chris. WashU last couple trips though have started to get some work done on the offensive glass, and that's got to be a little bit of a concern.
So Rucker fouls out at the 13:45 mark. 2 points on the night, 3 rebounds in 15 minutes for the 6'5" junior. So Cameron Mack back into the ball game. That freshman, he'll get some extended playing time tonight. Ebel kick in the corner to Austin Elledge. He'll step in, take the 2, no good. Weak side rebound tapped by Wofford, controlled and then lost by Cameron Mack. And Augustana will get it back.
Vikings, Chris, down to 36% shooting from the field in the game. So an ugly offensive performance. Looks like they righted it a little bit late in the first half, but
fortunately, WashU's right at that point too, Dan.
Well, and that's we just talked so many times. That's where your defense and rebounding are so important.
WashU just 2 of 10 from behind the arc.
Yeah, good call to wave that one off. I'm sure the crowd here thought that one should count, but
a 13-point lead, 45-32, and possession of the ball to the Vikings. Wofford behind the arc, works in the paint, tough spin move, gives it back to Elledge. He'll work hard in the lane now. His runner no good. Tipped by Ferguson, no good. Tipped by Elledge, no good.
Man, 3 great looks there for the Vikings, Chris.
Meyer then pulled down the rebound for the visiting Bears. Nolan with some good left-handed dribbling there, gives it up to Nestor. He'll fade away again, got it to go. Nestor, their leading scorer with 13. Ebel going to come right back the other way.
Sometimes that's your best option, just to have your Energizer Bunny beat the defense down the court.
47-34 now. Augustana. Mack up top, guarded by Wofford. Nestor, nice leave for Meyer. He'll put it on the deck and go right to the hoop. And that time he got by Donovan Ferguson but couldn't finish.
I just hate to see a foul there, Chris. You know, he was clearly by him. If he makes the layup, that's fine. I just hate to see Donovan pick up the foul there. So now both teams with 16 fouls, so we'll be shooting from here on out.
Third personal foul on Donovan Ferguson is Marcus Meyer makes the free throw. Ferguson's going to be out. Orange and Benning in. Arenas checks out, and Justin Hardy checks back in. Hardy playing with 4 fouls. Rucker already out with 5 for the Bears. And now we'll see Hank Hunter come back in. (47-36), 11-point lead for Augustana. Ebel going to launch the 3, got it to go. Nolan's got 16 now. Hardy up top, guarded by Brett Benning. Near side to Mack.
And for all of his offensive struggles, Benning has done a tremendous job on Hardy tonight.
Mack with a double pivot, shot up, around and out, rebound out to Ferguson. Again, Ebel on the push, right around Hunter to Krishan Orange, and his 2 is good. And the Vikings firing on all cylinders right now, take a 16-point lead with 11:40 to go.
And once again, it's the guards that rescue. 2 buckets by Nolan and 1 by Krishan.
11.5 to play. Hunter fakes the give back to Nestor and comes near side now to Nolan. Nolan all the way to the bucket. Ball, tough shot. Yeah,
you bet. With Donovan Ferguson right there.
He hung in the air there for quite a while, 52-38. See if the Vikings go at Hardy, but I don't really think they're going to change their game plan here, which is probably wise. Orange going to get a wide open look at a long 3 and got it to go. Orange and Ebel continue to light it up for the Vikings.
Yeah, they are the story offensively for the Vikings here.
16 apiece now for the All-American guards. 55-38. Mack guarded by Lucas Simon. Oh, and Nolan, they're going to... I agree with him. I didn't think he left the floor.
I thought he did, Chris, but...
Nolan not happy about
the ball go through his hands. For the most part, the Vikings done a great job on the boards, but last few minutes, WashU has done a better job attacking the offensive glass.
Again, I look through I'm thinking next year, Dan, Marcus Meyer is really the only player that this WashU team loses. So note this WashU team is a team next year that, not that they can't, they're 6-3 this year, but.
Well, and I think everybody knows that it's a young team with a whole lot of ability.
Right. Kellen goes baseline jumper. Pearson Wofford around and out. Boy, nice soft touch by Pearson Wofford. Nestor with the reverse move. Backs off from the elbow. Now Hardy top of the key. He'll fade away. Can't get it to go. A rebound. Ferguson. Push to Orange. Good sight there by Krishan Orange to see traffic coming.
And I think a good decision there by Joe Kellen to not pull the trigger on the 3 this early in the possession with the big lead.
Wofford trying to get around Hardy, gets to the glass, and I think they're going to get Meyer on this one.
And you're correct.
Just his second. So Ebel has 16 for the Vikings. Orange has 16. Pearson at the line with 9 with a chance to add to that. Then you look down, Micah Martin has 10.
Yeah, Pearson's missed 2 free throws tonight. Came in at 89%. Vikings have not exactly been stellar at the free throw line tonight. Just 11 of 18, 61%.
Nestor leads the Bears with 13. And that one also no good. Might be some free throw shot tomorrow for the Vikings. Nolan at the top of the key now, goes far side to Hardy. Webb back into the ball game. He'll give it to Nestor. Good defense there by Nolan Ebel, and then good jump help defense by Ferguson. Vikings rotate and recover as Webb's shot partially blocked and now picked up by Joe Kellen. Good defense there by the Vikings.
Bad decision by Joe.
He tried to thread the needle there, and Nestor picked it off. Leaves it for Webb. He'll step into the 3. Short ball tipped all the way back out to half court. Nestor going to put up a long 3. No good.
Let's settle her down here. There you go. That's what Nolan says.
Under 7 minutes to play now. 59-41 Augustana. Wofford lost the handle again. Right at the bucket. Ahead now to Hardy. His run to the bucket. Count it, and we'll get a foul.
And a terrible foul
on Nolan Ebel. Nolan gets up slowly as he goes into the step on the first row there. Yeah, I think with the lead you have, you don't have to worry about fouling anybody or even contesting. Just certainly don't
want to give a guy a chance for 3.
Right, put it back into play and let's go. Matt Windley into the ball game for the first time, number 10 for WashU. The Vikings get Micah Martin, Lucas Simon, and Brett Benning back into the ball game, and the young freshman just missed everything there on the free throw. 59-43, 16-point Augustana lead. 6.5 to go in this one. Orange going to take the 15-foot jumper right on line, just a little bit too hard. Arenas with the rebound. Down the floor, a little Euro step and a finish. 59-45, still a lot of time here, 6:15 to go. And they've cut into the Viking lead down to 14 now. Simon on the kick to Benning, his jumper no good. Micah Martin with the rebound, kicks it back out to Ebel. Nolan with the good take, got it to go.
I was about to say, Chris, as the Vikings on that possession, time for the guards to make a play, because that's been the story tonight. And credit Micah Martin for keeping that possession alive with the offensive rebound.
Foul there was on Meyer. The basket's good. So Meyer will sit with 3 fouls. Hank Hunter back into the ball game. And Nolan Ebel to the line to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play, and he does.
19 for Nolan tonight.
62-45 now. Webb to Hardy. He'll step in and jump. Running jumper from about 10. Got it to go. Hardy's got 7 now. 15-point Augustana lead. Martin back out to Benning.
Micah recognized that double team right away.
Hardy came down and Micah did the right thing, fired it back out. Good ball movement there by the Vikings. 8 on the shot clock. Wide open look for Nolan Ebel. Got it to go. Vikings, good ball movement there. I don't know how Nolan got that wide open, but he had time to catch and double check and knock that one in. 65-47. Arenas now, little hesitation. Nice lead for Hunter, got it to go.
And there you go, with the nice penetration by Arenas that created the opportunity for Hunter, and the Vikings
gets to the scorers table. Mack back in for the Washington University Bears.
More full court zone
pressure here, yep.
Now they backed it net.
Vikings expecting that, and they get situated as Wofford in the back along with Lucas Simon. We always talk about the asset that Simon is as far as a ball handler to help out. Nice pass to Wofford. Kicks out on top to Ebel. His long three. No good. Hardy with the rebound. 14-point Augustana lead. Still over 4 minutes to play in this one. Nestor works on Elledge. Again, hesitates. Partially blocked.
Yeah,
Rebound.
that was Elledge on that block, I believe, Chris.
Simon will get it across the floor.
Yeah,
now.
at 14 points with 4 minutes left, we've seen those leads dwindle before, so this is still a dangerous
you got to
spot
attack
for the Vikings.
Attack and stay with the game plan. Nice cut by Lucas Simon. Beautiful pass by Micah Martin.
And that's Micah's third assist on the night, and they've all three been really nice quality assists.
Mack now going to work on the wing. Vikings do a good job to slow him down into Hunter, and then Micah reached in and drew the foul. Hunter will head to the free throw line. Well, Dan, we've talked about Micah Martin before, but a lot of people may not remember. A kid out of Iowa City, not highly recruited.
No.
The Vikings kind of caught on to him at the last minute. Had to get into a little bit of college basketball shape to get in here.
Well, he did, quite honestly, he did that before his freshman year.
Right.
He was a different looking kid when he set foot on campus than the recruiting videos that I watched of him. And he's developed nicely, just like you would have hoped.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a finished big man of that size
right.
at the Division III level. And credit Micah for all the work that he's put in and how much he's developed.
His patience in the post. Tonight's a good example. His passing. The report card certainly trends up highly for Micah Martin. Pearson turns that one over. Nolan going to run into a layup there. Orange flies by. Good help by Lucas Simon, and he'll be called for the foul. Well, I don't have a problem with that foul because you don't want to give him an easy look. 67-53 now. Simon's third. But the Vikings having a hard time putting the nail in the coffin.
No, not a very strong finish, Chris. They've just not been very crisp offensively, essentially with the exception of the two guards and Micah. Nolan hits that first free throw.
He breaks into double figures now with 10. He joins Nestor, who has 15, and Hunter with 13. Hunter right on his usual 8-point rebound night. He came in averaging, I think, 7.5. Myers done a nice job on the boards, too, for WashU. He's got 7.
Chris, Nolan, Krishan, and Micah are combined 18 of 26 from the field.
There we go. Vikings break that down. Boy, they got the look they wanted. Hunter with the block, though, and then Pearson got the foul. But the Vikings broke that pressure down exactly how you wanted to.
The point I was trying to get at, Chris, the rest of the team, 6 of 34 now.
Yeah.
They're 6 of 33 from the field.
Donovan Ferguson has 10 rebounds for the Vikings tonight. 68-55 now, 3:04 to go as Pearson now has 10 on the night. So Ebel leads with 22. Orange has 16. Wofford and Micah Martin 10 apiece here for the Vikings. 69-55, under 3 minutes to play now. Nolan going to take the long three, no good. Orange goes up strong for the rebound. Going to run it up the floor, takes the shot from Hunter, can't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul on Hank Hunter. So fourth on Hunter. Again, Rucker has fouled out. Hardy's played some substantial time here, Dan, with 4.
Yeah, I think he picked up his 4th about the time Rucker fouled out, which was about 13 minutes or something, if I recall.
And now Hunter with 4 for the Bears. Orange gets both free throws to go. He's got 18 on the night now. 71-55, 2:40 to play. Nolan right to the bucket, and that's just too easy. Quick timeout by Pat Yuckham. It'll be a 30-second.
Yeah, overall record not good, but they're certainly dangerous.
Vikings work hard to get the ball in there. Orange going to go diagonal back to Wofford. Try to use some clock now and get a good shot inside to Orange. Bounce pass around to Micah Martin, and Nolan knew it was coming and knocked it out of bounds, but I think Micah got a hand on it, so it's going to go right back to Wash U. Still 2.5 to go, 71-57. Nolan with the spin move out to Nestor. He'll work inside the arc now. Comes across to Cameron Mack. Ebel didn't stay down. Nestor gets to the bucket. Nope, you're not going to. Pat Yuckham wanted to count that one, but I think he pulled his hand down in a hurry, realizing that Micah had got a good block on that. So Nestor will head to the line for two. 2:16 to play, 71-57. $13 now for Matt Nestor, the 5'11 junior out of St. Louis University High. Tough kid, tough point guard.
Yeah, he had a nice game tonight. He really kind of kept Wash U in it to the extent that they were in it.
He's got 15 now, and it's a 12-point ball game.
Arenas checks in for Hardy.
Ebel trying to split the double team, and we're going to get a holding foul on Arenas.
Not a lot of finesse there on Nolan's attempt to get free.
No.
he just tried to run through that double team and ended up drawing the foul.
We've talked about him before. I mean, I say you wind him up and you let him go, and you reference the Energizer Bunny, and that's exactly how he is. He's one speed. .23 on the night now for Nolan.
Yeah, and as almost always done so efficiently, it's only taken 12 shots.
Wow. Yeah, 8 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 behind the arc. Perfect from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 turnovers. That's what you want out of a point guard. 73-59
Well,
now.
both the Vikings veteran guards came up big tonight, and they absolutely needed it.
And the Viking defense.
That last layup that Nolan got wasn't as easy as that one.
No, I don't know where the Vikings big men were secondary defense, but now Nolan will
foul Nolan.
Yes. So back to the free throw line for the Vikings. Third on Nolan. 1:59 to play. And so Ebel gets the attempt at the second one, and that one goes. 1 of 2 for him. 74-61 now. Under 2 minutes to play. Nestor feeds it into Hank Hunter. Blocked by Micah Martin. Good job there by Micah.
By Pearson Wofford.
Hunter puts some body into Micah, and Micah stays straight up, and then Pearson turned it over. 3 up, no good by Nolan. Ebel going to go the other way for the Vikings. Mack tries to grab a hold of his arm, and he'll draw the foul. So Mack picks up his first, and with 1:36 to go, we get Nolan Ebel back at the free throw line for the Vikings.
Coach Pat Yuckham going to go a little bit deeper on his bench now.
You're going to get Peyton Webb back in. You're going to get David Windley back in. And then we get our first look at Gordon Gibson. They got some height. Gibson comes in at 6'8".
Wash U has always been fairly had size, in the years, in the decade, a little more than a decade that the Vikings have been playing them. They've always had pretty good size.
Good round of applause for Pearson Wofford and Micah Martin as they come out. Carson Frakes checks in and Roman Youngblood checks in. So some curtain calls here for the Vikings. And now Nolan Ebel and Krishan Orange will check out as Jellen and Kellen come in. So, yeah, you got to like the work done by the Viking starters tonight.
Well, on the offensive end, it was the 2 guards tonight.